Supercross live on supercrossonline.com 2014. Kevin Barnett, Jim Holley back again for another season of Monster Energy Supercross. And Jim, honestly, I could think of enough topics. We could make this a 35-minute video, wall to wall, and we still wouldn't cover it all. But what's on your mind heading into the first race of 2014?
Well, you know, I mean, something that comes to mind in 2014, all the talent we have here with all the guys moving up, both champions in that 250 class from last year, and I'm talking Eli Tomac,
right? Ken
Roczen, all these guys, Will Hahn, he's moving up. And not only that, but just a lot of the changes. Davey Millsap's on a KTM, but unfortunately Davey Millsap has that ACL. He's not going to be right. But something I like what that team did, they hired on Ivan Tedesco to get the bike and get it under race conditions, so when Davey comes back, hopefully some of the bugs will be worked out on that team. Another guy, Chad Reed, on a Kawasaki, he makes the change now. And then you got James Stewart. I mean, he looks ready to, he came here to fight, you know, and a lot of guys, you know, look at that Monster Energy Cup and they said, hey man, he took the $100,000 back in October. But you got to remember, there's a lot of people also saying that was only 10 laps and we got 20 laps. Something else that's new that I like, 22 riders in that main event.
That's right, a lot more people riding. We also have the semis, return to the semis. You can take riders out of a heat in the 450 class. You're going to take them out of a semi and an LCQ. For the 250s, their program will remain mostly the same, although 22-man gates. So a few changes to the format. This takes it back to a few years ago. Just finished the press conference earlier this week and an opportunity to talk with a lot of these guys. They don't care about the format. They don't care. They just figure they're going straight to the main.
Well, and they're going straight to the main with only 2 less laps. I mean, remember back the old system. Less wear and tear. But the other thing that's going to have more wear and tear is the track. The track's going to start deteriorating a little bit faster, and they're running, you know, those semis, and that's going to take the toll. The Dirtworks guys are going to have their hands full. But, you know, I can't believe on how many injuries. I mean, we just scratched on the surface with Davey Millsap. I mean, Trey Kennard's out. Marvin Mooskin's out. I mean, there's a lot of guys with injuries.
Blake Baggett. There's a whole bunch. I wrote it down, and I just kept going with the list. And we're going to have a more comprehensive coverage of that during our live streaming member race day. We will have it from 2 to 5 o'clock. We will have qualifying practice, Supercross live, airing live on supercrossonline.com. And Jim, you and I get an opportunity to go in depth with a lot of these topics and in depth with a lot of the people and stuff that's happening. What else has intrigued you about this year? The 250 class, to me, it's always interesting West because you don't know who's going to be in right away. Everyone's registered for West, but some will wait for the East. Well,
I mean, especially Mitch Payton and the Monster Energy Pro Circuit team. I mean, I think he decides on Saturday morning. I think he has his whole team here and says, look, you're going to ride the West and you're going to ride the East. I mean, it all depends on injuries, like you said. I mean, you know, and obviously, you know, Marvin Mooskin's not going to be, you know, back with that ACL injury. He's going to miss all the Supercross rounds, I can guarantee it, and probably, you know, most of the outdoors too. I mean, that's a big injury to come back from, but you know, Adam Cianciarulo, we get to see him ride Supercross now. Cooper Webb. I mean, he had a great outdoor season. Jeremy Martin, and you got to remember that Jeremy Martin and Cooper Webb are on that new Yamaha, and a lot of big things on that new Yamaha. I know Yamaha factories, you know, they want wins now. They got a new bike. Everyone said, you know, the old carburation system, now it's fuel injected. It's a whole new bike. It looks just like the 450. Let's go out there and get some wins now.
One of the biggest things for this year is the unprecedented amount of TV coverage that's available in addition to our live streaming during the day. When you tune in at night, it's going to be live on Fox Sports 1. 13 races there, 4 races on Fox Sports 2. You'll have clip down coverage on CBS after that throughout the season, and also re-airs. Fox Sports 2 will re-air every race that happens each weekend from across the United States. You
know, not only that, you know, you mentioned the TV coverage with Fox Sports 1 coming on and all that, but you know, our broadcast from 2 to 5, Supercross live. A lot of people that I talk to, I know a lot of people around the racing world, but that's the perfect time for those guys to watch us, because in Europe with the time change in Japan and everything, they don't get to see that live TV coverage. They rely on us.
Definitely an international audience. So if you're a fan of Supercross, there has never been a better time. We have the first race coming up. It's going to be in the afternoon. Don't forget to be a part of Supercross Live from 2 to 5, race day afternoon. Kevin and Jim, start of a new season. It's going to be great.